hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
But in the meantime, while you're watching this, know that you're watching an awesome thing because COVID-19 charity is about to get a $20,000 donation right here and now. And it is time for the finals, Jacob. And we're going to have some crazy match. Actually, this is going to be on Bind, kicking us right off. And we're watching over A site. There's already some action here on A short. As soon as we get all the graphics letting you know who's who and who's fighting on what, we'll get you all up to speed. Looks like AZK, and it's going to be Team Nothing on defense going up against Team Sony E on attacking. And we noticed that on Haven, they had really strong matches in terms of attacking. So see if that kind of works over here on Bind as we're on jumping board to Hiko back here at Defender Spawn Hall, trying to work his way around. I think that's going to be a very, very strong defense. They're already on site. The spike has been planted, so it's up to Hiko. See what he can do. That was a nice wall right there by Sage. Not gonna be able to get around, but we haven't seen a Team Nothing just go ahead and just obliterate the wall. Again, the $10,000 giveaway is over, has been completed, Jacob. As Hookah with the two-piece. That's Grego, my ego, with the two-piece with the classic AZK getting burned alive. That was a great hot hands or throw right there from Phoenix, and I don't think that was enough as Team Nothing gets the first point with the bomb defusal, spike defusal right then and there.
Yep, that was a good attempt with the Molly, trying to make it happen. The fireball in this game here, and trying to make it happen in terms of making sure he did not get an opportunity to disarm that bomb. Fortunately, Nothing was kind of waiting on this one side, and he kind of peeked through the other. He knew as much time they had left. Even though there's no timer on the top of your screen when that spike does go down, there is a timer. And when you play enough reps in this game, even though you don't see a timer, I feel like there is one in your head shining and counting off. He knew exactly down to the second how much time he had.
So we're going to see what is going down. Again, COVID-19 charity relief. The teams are going to be able to choose what charity they're going to be able to put in their prize winning money. $1,500 for third and fourth place apiece, while second place is going to have a good chunk of change as well to donate about $5,000. In first place is going to be $12,000. But we have some action here at A short. Nothing holding it down all by himself as his Brimstone, as the attacking team is spread out. We have someone at B long. We have someone at A connector at A short. Regardless, Team Nothing is putting up a strong defense, and I don't think the attacking team is going to be able to get this done unless they make a strong push. Remember, Jacob, Team Myth discovered that Team Nothing, they said they have a weak shower defense. So that is still available to do, and let's see if Team Sony E could do that in this opening matchup here of the grand finals.
Yep, 5v3 though, obviously in favor of Nothing and Team Sony E. Got Sova and Sage, the last two members left. He tries to get a little bit of a recon bolt, but instantly it does get destroyed, really not giving any real information over to Sony E, who is actually going to be the player. BCJ does go down as the Sage, so 5v1 heavily in favor of Team Nothing. And honestly, I just want to try and get as many eliminations as possible, as many kills as possible, trying to get those little guns out of the hands of Team Nothing, because you really have nothing to save. You have nothing to try and run away and hide, so you just want to try and get anybody that you can. And actually a flawless round over to Team Nothing as Skadoodle takes out the last remaining member. But this is going to be a first opportunity for Team Sony E to buy up, have some arsenal, have some ability, some utility. But you see Lex, he actually does not have any bit of that utility just yet. I don't think he bought and used his credits yet, but now, okay, now he's going to get it in, because in this game, typically that's different from Counter-Strike. Is in Counter-Strike, you have to stay and spawn and use the buy there. In this game, you can kind of go up to any portion up until those barriers, and you can buy at any moment up until the timer runs out.
Oh, and there's been plenty of times I've been playing unrated, and I'm like, oh, I gotta buy stuff, and I quickly buy stuff right before all the action unfolds. As we're on board here with AZK, holding it down, A short with his buddy, I believe that's Brim, just sitting there, and Breach. So you have Breach, Cypher, and Phoenix here holding down A short. On the other side, you have Sage, and Sage just has a lot of traffic here at B long. No one has the bomb right now, so it looks like they're just going for some picks, okay, trying to get some elims before they bring the bomb over. On board here with Brax here. They could teleport over to the B connector, get over to Hookah. No more charges left. So we saw that Brax did have his camera all the way to help out Cypher. He did see that, help out the Sage. So we did see that there is a strong push coming in from the attackers. He's going to make his way over. Grego, my ego, picking up the spike, heading down to B long. as there is Cypher and another teammate coming down to the defender spawn hall. So this is going to be a nice opportunity to get a nice spike, get 300 credits. Ooh, that body just flopping right in front of Grego. And they did just wipe out. Oh my goodness, what happened there with Team Nothing? They got obliterated there, Jacob.
Yep, that was right through as he's able to pick out 2 enemies. I think it might have been a what is it, that an ultimate that might have went off, trying to pick him off.
Yeah,
I do believe it might have been.
Aftershock, I think, just obliterated somebody. I mean, I was looking around.
A lot of Breach's abilities to me look like his ultimate ability up until when it does actually finally go off. But that charge up to me, it all looks the same. I'm over here screaming to my team, watch out for it. And then, you know, it's the completely other ability.
So yeah, we saw there was a very slow push, a little poking at A short, and then they kind of like stopped what they're doing and then rotated all the way over to A to B long, and that is happening right now. B long is an attack and assault. You have Cypher and Sage doing their best. Cypher's gonna kind of lurk over, and he's staking around here with Sage, and as you can see on the very left side of your screen, you have Ska right here, Skadoodle and Cypher sitting on this little corner right now, doing their best to slow down this B long push. It worked before, no doubt they're going to try it again. You do have Phoenix from the attacking team slowing down and holding 3 members of Team Nothing on defense. Brimstone on the other side as well, no doubt using those sky smokes, just delaying this push. And I think they may have made the call to rotate over. They're going back to mid. The spike is going back to mid, escorted by Cypher and Sage.
Yep. You see already towards that middle portion of the map, 3v4 opportunity here. Even though Team Nothing does have that extra player, especially with Lex taking out Nothing, BCJ is going to take out AZK as well. So a 5v4, now a 4v5, a 4v3 in favor of Team Sony E. And you see them already attacking the side. It's going to be up to Skadoodle coming from the other side of the map. He's trying to heal up his teammates. The walls are going to go down as well. Unfortunately, he has 1 wall left, so he has the opportunity here to block off the rest of the team and know exactly where they're coming from. You see a couple players in U-Haul, a couple players hiding around the bomb, waiting for that audio cue. BCJ is going to take out Hiko. Ska's going to trade that one right back. The wall is going to come out. Cypher in a 1v2 situation. He needs to get past that wall or at least break through it. He gets on top. He does not get the elimination as Brax sees that one coming from a mile away. And Team Nothing on defense have been showing up with a 3-1 lead. And that's looking scary, Sancho, because we're talking about how good they have been all day long on their attack. If they're able to get a huge lead on defense, that's going to look so scary for Team Sony E on map number 1. So they need to start warming up, and they need to get in it now. I know they had a little bit of a break, but they need to get back into it.
It's exciting to see what Team Nothing was able to use their opponent's Sage barrier orb. They used that barrier wall for their own, and they only had to watch a couple of angles right there during that spike defusal. And this nice overhead that you see, you're seeing the orbital strikes coming down from Brimstone. I'm just excited to see where this Observer client can go, because we're seeing so much action happening right there. You're seeing the Molotovs, the hot hands coming down from Phoenix, just making sure that area effect is holding off on board here with Grego. My Ego, someone comes right through the teleport, and that was actually the Echo of AZK using that run it back ultimate. Skadoodle does go down right there, holding his angle by himself. It's gonna be an opportunity. Lex just trying to bunny hop right through the slow orb. He's gonna come in right through Hookah right there, stops it. No doubt Cypher sees it, and they're going to use a shock dart and put Cypher right in that corner. No one puts Cypher in the corner as he tries to put the cage. Lex does go down, and that is it. In a blink of an eye, the attack is snuffed out by Team Nothing's defense, and defense is what we said that Team Nothing needs to work on, Jacob, and they're doing the thing right now, baby.
Brax and AZK right now, I see them just lighting up the kill feed time and time again. And usually when they get 1, they get 2 or 3. They don't want to let this one grab or slip out of their hands here, and they're not going to have that be the case as they're going up 4-1. If you look at the overhead map right now, Team Sony E, it does look like they're going to go ahead and make a rotation play over towards B for just a moment, where they have 2 players waiting towards middle A and over towards that far side to where you can easily run through the teleporter. But they want to make some noise. They want to make a distraction, making sure that it's not any easy free flanks from anybody on Team Nothing. As we see down towards long, flash grenade going to come out from AZK. He's able to get 1, trades off with Stanny though. But the biggest thing right now is that teleporter access on the other side of the map. Easily can make this 2 people into a 3rd person rotation.
Yeah, and the Hunter's Fury is going out from Sony each, just trying to get a couple of picks. Scott does go down to the Hunter's Fury, but we're seeing that we're being able to get some nice overviews of what's happening, and we're seeing how dominant Breach can be, and literally, that is Brimstone, but literally Hiko from all the way from Spawn Hall is able to do some defense as Sony E and his team are going to go ahead and scramble towards A short as fast as possible. Only Hiko is the only defender here on A site, as Brimstone's still on B site. So Hiko is in heaven doing his best to protect the rest of the team. Hiko does get a pick on Sony EE, but he's able to hold out a little bit, and here comes the rest of his defense is coming in from the shower. So you have Hiko, you have nothing. The only remembered defenders, it's a 3v2 right now, so you have to watch showers, but Hiko is a strong gunner, and he's got some nice AR play on Sony E. That was a big pick right there, as you've seen both defenders on the left side or the right side of the spike. Here comes Breach with Rolling Thunder, send it all the way through. But that was not enough, as Lex gets a two-piece right there. That Rolling Thunder, even though it's strong, it's a little delay, and he was trying to send it all the way through A short, but it was just not enough. And that was a big play right there from the attacking team.
Yeah, and I love the patience coming out from the Sage, just waiting for those audio cues, and that is one of the biggest things. Like, I know I crank up my Astro A40s in these situations. You got to think he's kind of doing that same thing, making sure that every step the player takes, especially when he's charging up those abilities, he knows exactly where he's at, knowing exactly the moment to strike. You saw right when he was about to pass over through that box, that's exactly when he was taken out, waiting for the perfect moment to come out. And you see the defenders over towards A portion of the map, they're actually playing up towards bathroom, so it's going to be a moment these players are going to have an opportunity to trade with one another. But I do believe there might have been smoke coming off, so in the bathroom there could come a trade, but that means a free B side of the map. As the trade does come out, nothing going to take out Lex. Brax taking out Stanny, so Brax's big kill over towards B. You got to see where the opposition is coming from, especially since they're able to see nothing on the other side of the map. They have a free bathroom passage.
Yeah, BCJ does get a resurrection, though, a big-time resurrection, and the number of games is back up to 4v4. The slow orb just cutting off B long, and you see the retreat from Team Sony EE. They're going to go ahead and try to find another way to get in, but the number of games for Team Nothing. So now it's a 3-4 advantage. They do have the one-man advantage, and that's a very big important as teams, the attacking team, and they get another pick right there in mid. So JC gets Brax, and of course, Brax has been using Omen for most of the time, and on this map, he's going to go ahead and switch over to Cypher, and that's a nice little Molotov coming right over to the defender spawn, just slowing down that plant. But the attacking team from Team Sony E getting the plant right there. Out goes the slow orb. This is going to be a tough situation to retake, and I think they're just going to give this one up. I don't see any kind of aggressive player here, and they're going to save for the rest of the round.
Yep, it does look like, I do believe AZK is just watching the angle of anybody getting over aggressive towards the spawn. On the other side, I do believe that is Hiko, kind of just holding the angle towards A for anybody running off of that B side, trying to find these last two members to go ahead and clean up those weaponry, try to make them spend a little bit more of their credits, a little bit more of their economy on the next round. So in just a few seconds here, it's going to be 4-3. Team Nothing still lead here, and we talked about how they have an incredible offense, and they started off strong on defense. So you got to give Sony E props these last few rounds for bringing it back, taking it to Team Nothing, and making sure that it doesn't get out of hand before Team Nothing is on their preferred side.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, friendly reminder to our viewers, the viewer giveaway is over. No need to use your cash tags. It's all said and done. But if you're watching and you do not have the Cash App downloaded, use promo code TwitchTV and get yourself $10 and $5 for referrals. But yeah, I think what's ended up happening is that you're seeing here is that the meta that we've been establishing on Unrated, that I've been watching and I've been a part of and seeing on Reddit and things of that sort, of having a, the what's called a default defense, of having a Cypher or a Sage watching a plant by themselves, is not working, because once the team rotates over there at like the second wave of offense and defense, once that second wave happens, you're seeing they just get overwhelmed, and the Sage wall, the barrier orb, is getting destroyed by just team spray. So it's very interesting that we're seeing new metas kind of get challenged, and definitely we'll see how pub matches are changed how they changed in the future.
Especially when that rated mode does come out, that's when you're going to separate the players that might not be as knowledgeable from the players that kind of go up into the high tiers, and that's kind of the gameplay that I'm excited to see. You see the rotation coming out from Team Sony E, and it was actually, I do believe, Brax as Cypher from Team Nothing who actually rotated earlier on in this round, and you got to give him props. It's actually the same guy. It does look like he's rotating back over to B,
Yeah.
and little does he know it is Team Sony E over towards middle A, trying to make that play, trying to make the rotation. The recon arrow going to come out along with that flash, and even the orbital strike coming from the top. Lots of utilities being traded back and forth. Hiko, on the other hand, is going to draw for his blood. Grego doing what he can to even it up. So 4v4 for that moment. Hiko's going to get another one. Jay Stouty going to get two. Drago going to get one as well. So 1v3 in favor of Team Sony E, all by his lonesome. I do believe that might be Hiko left. Finds the angle. It's actually Nothing taking out Grego. That's going to be first one. He does get the pistol, probably getting that AR as well. And that's a second kill. Stanley's on his way to clutch. Unfortunately, Team Sony E is going to come out on top, tying it up here 4 rounds apiece. A little bit of deja vu from the previous rounds as it was tied up at 6-6 going into the half.
That was a good trade right there. Sony E, understanding that, you know, maybe he's going to catch Nothing in a reload. But we're seeing, I mean, Brimstone, as a defender, there's really not much you can do to attack a site. And because most likely you use up your sky smokes, you're unable to get in there under the guise of, you know, to protect yourself. If you don't have orbital strike, there's really not much to do. The only thing you do has your incendiary molly. And I think they used that earlier, or he kind of shot it over into A short. So not a lot to do. We are seeing that the adjustments that Team Nothing is making is that they're having Brimstone, which is Nothing, hang out over there by B and being kind of like the help out. So they got 2 and 2 spread apart to be able to slow down an initial B long push. Sage or Skadoodle is still there, and the roving Brax is going in between the two. So that is the defense that we're seeing, that Team Sony is having some great success in tying up this 4v4 grand matchup.
Now you see the Cypher that going to go ahead and grab that orb, get 1 extra point towards their ultimate, and we haven't really seen a ton of that. We've seen it every now and again sprinkled into these matches, but I want to see a lot more utility, or a lot more use out of those free ultimate points, because some characters need 6, some characters need 7. Nonetheless, if you have your ultimate, you're in a better position, and right now Team Nothing have 2 ultimates. They have the 1-man advantage, and they have the advantage of being on defense. AZK with 2 quick shots, taking out Lax and Grego, making sure his team is in the driver's seat going into the half. 5v2 from Heaven.
Woo.
AZK holding the angle.
That was huge. That's what's been happening. The rotation, the secondary push, the secondary attack from Team Sony E was just getting destroyed by AZK. Now you have the secondary. Now you have the numbers. And
is
now
that even an op?
Yeah, that is an op. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's just one of those op skins. Okay. You know, you get those awesome. You know, the Valorant.
That was a Marshall for a second. That's
no, it's an op, dude. The Valorant skins look so dope, and I cannot wait to see what they can do. I'm having a grand time. I just unlocked Viper, and Viper. I was hoping to see more Viper gameplay, and I think it's just going to be a save right now. They're just doing their best to run away. They only got 3 seconds. They do not want to give any more credits to Team Nothing, but finally Team Nothing kind of solved something, and I think it's because they solved that secondary push. And that's the thing about it. I mean, no matter what, you might have the perfect plan. When it comes down to the gunplay, that 2-piece op play from AZK just destroyed everything that Team Sony E was planning up for that attack.
Yep, and you see now here 5-4, still have an opportunity to gain a couple more of these rounds before the half. But you look at the ultimates, 2 ultimates over towards Team Nothing versus 1 from the Phoenix. I do like the Phoenix ultimates, but you know, you got to think the Cypher ultimate mixed with that Brimstone ultimate got to put you in a good spot here, especially on defense. You see the recon arrow going out, take it out before it's able to realistically reveal any location. Scott and AZK is going to go ahead and pick up some, as BCJ actually took out AZK 4v4 here right down the middle.
Yeah, that's the op is gone, so that's going to be able to at least allow Being Long to be challenged a little bit easier. But I think Nothing does pick up one on Greg there. You got Skadoodle still watching B long. You still have the rest of the team watching A short. They kind of figured out, and they still haven't done what Team Myth was able to do earlier in this Code Green Valorant Invitational, which was challenge showers. Because this is all presented by Cash App. Shout out to our production team, Boom TV and Esports Arena, all putting everything together here. And thank you for tuning in to this awesome tournament that we're donating $20,000 to COVID-19 relief. That's all happening right now, and don't miss out next time on the awesome viewer giveaways that Cash App likes to do. Download the app. Do it.
Around 30 seconds left in this round. Scott's going to get one. Lex is trying his hardest to even it up. Still 3v2 in favor. And there goes the chase. Hiko's going to find one on Lex. 3v1 situation. Sova's going to be the only one left. No, he is not, as Hiko takes him out as well. 6-4. And it's usually around this mark, Sancho, the attacking team going up against nothing when they're on defense in the first half. They like to even it up 6-4, 7-5 if it's a little bit uneven there. Still in favor of Team Nothing. That's what we've seen so far in our semifinals, in our quarter matchups as far as score goes. But Team Nothing and Team Sony have been going back and forth. Team Nothing want to win their third consecutive Valorant championship early on. Team Sony E are answering and trying to go for their first.
Yeah, I see that AZK, and I see that I think it's Ska. They have ops, and they're going to be able to watch the long. You're going to see an op play here very, very soon from Ska, because he's kind of like hanging out back in the corner. The defense is hugging. Looks like they're hugging the hookah right underneath their window. So they're expecting the assault to use all their abilities right here. They're hiding in this little cub, kind of like this little nook right now. And once this other team's going to be pushing, as you can see, our cam is seeing that they're hiding out in hookah and they're letting them rotate in, and I think they're going to be uber aggressive now and see what happens. And everybody's just essentially waiting for contact. And you have 3 defenders at A site and only 2 right now, and all attackers are swarming in. They push right out of hookah, and here comes all the abilities as all the actions going down. A full assault's happening from B long, and they go through the hookah as well. And here comes, I have no idea why Team Nothing was waiting for so long. I'm sure there wasn't any kind of type of call out, because now everyone has to filter through the spawn from the hall as Spike is down. Scott does pick up big hits, so does Nothing. It is an advantage for Team Nothing, but right now Nothing's low, but it doesn't matter. Hiko, wow, with the big time 2-piece, and they just snuffed that out. They say, Sancho, we got this, homie. 7-4 going towards Team Nothing. That was a very slow rotation, and I think that kind of threw off Team Sony. They kind of overcommitted, and before you know it, they fell right into the trap of Team Nothing right then and there.
Yep, this is beginning to look scary, because you know what we say, defense wins championships, and if you're Team Nothing, it's your offense that actually wins championships. In 7 rounds right now on defense, and it's not even their preferred side going into the half years. You're going to see the last round. Everyone in this game should probably buy out, use as many of the credits as they possibly can, get as much arsenal as they can. If you're Team Sony E, you want to win this last round. You don't want to go down 8-4 into the half.
Yeah, this is grand finals. Yeah, exactly right. I don't know. Let's see if they could solve this defense that's happening right now. I think the more Team Nothing plays at these high stake rounds, they slowly figure out what they need to do. And as you see, Grego is just using up all his abilities. I don't think he's getting any value out of all that. He's trying to bait Team Nothing into rotating the A, but they're not moving at all. They're staying point. And as you can see, Team Nothing, both Cypher and Sage, Skadoodle and Brax have changed where they usually are. They're not under hookah. They're back in the hallways right now. Let's see if Grego Maego, as he's going to go to use the run it back, he's going to kind of bunny hop right over all these slow. He's there. He has about half the time left in his ult, but he doesn't get any value out of that. Brax slows that down. And now Team Sony E, yes, they're getting closer and closer to plan. As you see the orbital strike just decimating Nothing, gets Sony E. Bam, down he goes. Ska, Hiko gets some kills, and a team ace for Team Nothing.
That's exactly what you want to do here in our grand finals, especially with that orbital strike taking out, and you know exactly where to put it because you know where the team's going to be. And even though it does not cover the entirety of that bomb plant area, you know on your side, towards that defensive side, you know they're not there, so you can put the brunt of that strike over to where they are going to be on the plant. And that is actually the most common spot on that site. And I do like the switch up from Brax and Ska that you talked about earlier in that round. They love to play towards hookah. They love to play up, playing very, very aggressive. That round, they sent something different, maybe a little bit of communication, maybe some sort of rotational, strategy that went down. They played as far back as possible, and that was the exact thing that kind of saved them. They weren't the ones getting pinched this round, opened up different avenues for when their teammates finally rotated over. You saw Hiko picking up some big kills there.
We're seeing that. I think they're about to be very aggressive. The entire defense is sitting on that freeze barrier. And we're seeing a great push from Showers right now. We have Brimstone, and I think it's Sova on the other side at the Showers. And they're approaching, pushing on this side here that Nothing. Yep. this is, I think, a very, very important. This is now we switched over. We're now in the second half. This is the pistol round. Now the attacking squad is Team Nothing going against the defense of Team Sony E. It's interesting that Team Sony E is all up in the, like, essentially close to the barrier on B side. They're all hiding underneath hookah. We have someone at U-Haul. We have someone A site and one in showers. And you can see this red line of all the things in the little top of the mini map. They're kind of like making their way across all together. Cypher does have the camera down on B site. They still don't know where bomb is. As you can see what's happening on this map, the vulnerable spot is A site. So it's up to A short, the defense from Phoenix up there to stop this push that Nothing as he's kind of creeping up slowly and slowly. Here comes Brimstone. You're going to see the smokes go out. No doubt to block U-Haul. And probably throw one down at Heaven. You can't reach Heaven from here, so he might throw one down at Spawn Hall, and there it is. But he doesn't put the one down at the U-Haul. He's going to elect to go ahead and get the pick of jumping down to BCJ. Hearing all the action, he's just trying to make a rotation. Here's the overhead cam. He kind of just smokes off Heaven, that entire backside, and they're going to go plant on the short side of A side. And there's Sage's wall. And you're seeing the defense. They have, I think, some defense at U-Haul. Breach is just destroying U-Haul with this aftershock, with this flashpoint, all that's happening, and you see the peaks that are happening, and Cypher gets destroyed coming down U-Haul. Nico and Scott destroying Jay, and Brax finally gets taken out, but I think that's not going to be enough time to get the defusal, and that's going to be, actually, did they get the spike down? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they got rid of all the defense right there. Big plays from Team Nothing.
Yep, and I like Brax's rotation. He made so much noise over towards B as that Cypher, putting up multiple cameras and making sure that they did not rotate over. So there was at least 2 members over, the Sage and the Cypher, that were very, very late to rotate. And guess what? Brax just went in through that teleporter, found himself on bathroom, then made those 2 players late to the rotation and held Lex off. Eventually, he got that kill on Lex and opened it up for the rest of his team. Even though he did fall later on in that same round, the damage was already done. Team Nothing and Team Hiko were in massive control of that round. You see the score 9-4. They're in massive control of the game as well.
Massive control of the game. If you're looking at this is the observational client that you're seeing, the observation client. On the left side is the defenders. On the right side is attacking. Right side is Team Nothing. They are attacking. And on defense is Team Sony EE. And we're in the second half of the opening matchup of the grand finals here. As soon as we get all those graphics up, as you see Sky here holding down that midpoint, making sure that no one's going to come back. And there it is, the graphics. We are, again, best out of 3, so it's first to 2, and then we have a tiebreaker and overtime, all those things. But who knows, man, with the momentum that Team Nothing is building, it's going to be quite intense. And yeah, that's what you're seeing here. I mean, I'm just impressed by how aggressive they are. And now there's only one, and that's Sony EE, and no doubt he's starved for any kind of offensive gear here. All he has is abilities, and I think he's going to do his best to run away, but it's not going to happen. He just gets suffocated out at the A side. Not only that they get the plant, but they get a full team wipe and get a lot of credit right there. And that's certainly going to help them as they're going to continue on. Really only 3 more points of getting this opening point, match point here of the grand finals.
You know, I like what Team Nothing is doing, especially when they're feeling themselves, even though they have these rounds 1s where you typically would see them kind of just let anybody saving go ahead and do just that, but they're chasing down the enemy players. They don't want to give them any bit of scraps, any bit of morsels to go ahead and gain any strength, any momentum to gain themselves back into this match. 10-4 is a huge lead for Team Nothing, and players like Hiko, Skadoodle, Brax have been showing up time and time again, even though you know the other players are not slouches in any words. It's the ones that are getting the multi-kills after multi-kills. You see it overhead map, the strategy that is lined out for Team Nothing. The majority of their players are playing over towards that hookah area, and if you see the Cypher, Brax, he has a free rotation. It's all about the communication that's going to come out. North Nothing and AZK get a prepared kills. BCJ gets Hiko, but he is taken down himself. So you talk about how wide open B is right now. Stanny's going to be the only one left. He takes out Brax. How much more damage can he do? But the rotation coming out from the rest of Team Nothing, they're going ahead and sending all 3 members towards A. That gives a little bit of a mismatch. That gives a man advantage over here. It's about if they can get on site and utilize that man advantage. And they do, as Nothing takes out Grego. They know the next player must be hiding in Heaven, so he's going to go ahead and keep watch on that, as Sony E was also taken out, leaving one player all by himself. And if you look, he's across the map, Sancho. I don't believe he's going to make an even attempt here at getting the spike disarmed.
No, not at all. I mean, might as well gonna take the teleport, hang out in that room to keep yourself just in case you get pushed. And you called it out in the previous match, a little round that they had. They aggressively hunted down the Cypher, and that's not going to happen this time around. But we're just seeing the methodical approach from Team Nothing, how they're able to just slow play it, get that man advantage, and then rotate over to the opposite side. And they're easily getting points racking up against Team Sony E. And this is what they've been doing every single finals that they're in the T1 Invitational, in the 100 Thieves Invitational. They constantly just smother out the opposition, and they put themselves over the top. Their ability to grind it out and to treat this like a marathon has been the winning factor, and it just takes the win out of yourselves. You know what? And I also really believe that knowing that you're going against a CSGO pro, even though this is Valorant, right, completely different, it kind of shakes your confidence out, because I mean that was the thing about going into this tournament. So many teams in the lobby, I mean, you saw it, not have the confidence going up against this squad, knowing that they're filled with a bunch of former CSGO pros, all the confidence in the world. And I think that is a big factor when it comes to playing them, because we've seen teams could go toe-to-toe, but do they have the confidence and the mentality to keep up going?
Well put there. Is Nothing. Gets that first early blood on Grego. And he's going to do what he can to even that one out. You see on the overhead map, multiple members, including the Spikes, going to go over towards A, but this is where the difference is going to come out. Does look like they're doing a little bit of a mismatched play. The Spike going one way, the rest of the team going the other, but that's before the rotation from the Phoenix is going to come through. But this is where they're going to backtrack, allow the Phoenix to watch the flank, put the Spike into play and make a move. But Team Sony E right now has 3 players set up towards A. Even the Cypher is waiting back. But if you look at right now the overhead map, that's because the camera angles for this Cypher, he has the cameras down, being able to watch multiple spots here in this game.
Yeah, he has B, but you have to know as an attacker that B is going to be free right now, considering that as soon as you see the Cypher, you know, oh, there's no one over there, but they're pushing right through A short. We got an overhead. We see the Sage walls. Actually, we see a very aggressive Sage play happening on top of truck. BCJ using the wall, getting right on top of the truck, getting some nice hits with the Sheriff. Gets one elim right there on AZK. What a big play. Not only that, being able to wall off U-Haul, but goes down in the Blaze of Glory after that big point. Nothing snuffs that out. Sony goes down. Sony does get a pick. Ska still alive and gets the clutch. And he's able to clutch that out. That was a very awesome, aggressive play from Sage on defense. BCJ was able to get some big plays, some big hurt on that. Get a pick with Sheriff. Was not enough. They got overwhelmed at A site, but man, that was a really cool thing. That was a really cool, I guess, bird's eye view of that engagement.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. They're 4-12. Team Nothing. They want to end this one. They want to end it now here. Now on map point, not on match point, just for this map. This is a best of 3. I know all day long we've been doing one map, winner take all scenarios, but this is our grand finals. We want to give you guys the entertainment. We want to give you guys the action you deserve, and it's all for charity. So make sure you guys go ahead in the chat. You don't post your cash tags because the giveaway is over. You guys are going to have to wait till next time. Go ahead and post who you guys will think will win. Obviously, Nothing has the upper hand, but Lex hears it, and he has something to say about it as he takes out Nothing, drawing first blood for the squad in this round. Still at 5v4, though, still very early on. Plenty of time left in this round. You see the attack does look like it's coming through. Team Nothing are being as aggressive as possible. Team Sony E waiting in the hookah are able to get 2 as BCJ picks off Brax and Skadoodle, opening it up, but the rest of the members of Team Nothing are hiding in hookah. They're going to have to funnel down one by one. Out goes the Phoenix. Next should be Breach to go ahead and follow. They're going ahead and trying to retrace their steps. AZK and Hiko pick up 2. That puts it in their favor, but as quickly as they do, that's going to be another player dropped in Hiko. 1v2 situation here. If anybody can do it on the squad, it is going to be AZK.
And he does have an ult.
He has the bomb as well. Look at the rotation coming out towards from B to A. The players from Team Sony E, they're taking their time going to B, but he is long gone. He's going to make like a banana and split to put that spike down.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice savory dish right there for AZK, knowing that the other team is slow walking through B long, throws it down, and now you see the panic. They're going to have to hit the connecting tunnel. No doubt AZK knows that. He's going to have to, actually, he doesn't know that. He's going to have to turn around. I don't know if he didn't hear that. The only person that's very close is Phoenix. Phoenix is right there, but he could run it back. And I think he's going to be able to run it back to create a distraction and stop this defusal. So I'm expecting this big play from AZK to use that ultimate ability. Looking right over, and he's trying to see if he has time. Going for the fake defusal. Heaven is right there. Here he comes. Run it back. Curve ball right over. And fortunately, he's still up. Now the echo is gone. Now they know exactly where they are. But I think that was enough to slow down this push. Out goes the Blazing Wall from the other Phoenix to kind of help out his teammate from Breach to get this defusal. Actually, that's Brimstone. And Spike defuse. Wow. They were able to kill Phoenix there in that corner, huh?
Yeah.
And he went down kind of quickly. I'm surprised to run it back. I think he repeat twice, or he must have gone down in spawn hall. The camera, it was a little too high, couldn't see all that, but that was very close, dude. That looked kind of sus. I mean, he went literally all the way around to the opposite A side. That was almost a big time play from Phoenix or AZK right there.
If he doesn't peek, or if he gets the kill when he tried to flash out, I do believe he probably is in a better spot right there. But since he was not able to make anything out of that curveball scenario, that they knew exactly where he was. They kind of used one ability to use one end over towards heaven. They used the flyer wall to kind of block the angle from the other side, and that gave them a free disarm there. Regardless of if he's alive or not, he's gonna have to make a risky play in order to keep that round going.
There is nothing like being in Phoenix and you thinking, oh man, this curveball is gonna flash, and it doesn't flash. You walk out of the corner and you just get a bop. So I've been there before, and it's great to see that no matter what levels that you're at, it does happen to you. So now Team Nothing still looking for match point. Team Sony E trying to slow it down, maybe trying to make it come back to get the opening one right there. Some big time smokes are coming out from Brimstone. I'm expecting them to go to the telly right there. Maybe bait this. The very corner of it is available to plant, but so much is going on. Grego is throwing out his hot hands, is throwing out, trying to slow all that down. He throws his curveball, he's gonna throw it right over the truck. And yeah, as you can see, he's gonna try to break through. It's the very corner. There it is. Breaks the ice, able to stop that plant, but actually it did happen, but at least he was able to get the pick. That was so close from stopping that, Jacob. Now the slow orbs come out all over A short, and now the advantage is still going to Team Sony E, putting up that defense, but they got to defuse it. They have to defuse it to run out of time, as you see Sage on the bomb defusing.
Yep. Eco's all by himself. I don't even know if he has the angle on the bomb to go ahead and pick up some eliminations when they go for the attempt. So he's going to try and run, save the weapon that he has. As you see, the round is lost by him. He's going to try and backtrack. Anybody that comes through middle will be taken out. Luckily for him, that's not going to happen, or the scenario is not going to take place. You see Nothing 20-9 for the squad. Nothing time and time again finds himself on top, getting multiple eliminations along with the rest of the squad. You see Team Nothing now 4 people ready to push over on one side of the map. It does look like B is going to be their opposition. Somebody towards the back, somebody towards the front. But as I say that, they're going to go ahead and drop the spike, probably reposition themselves, probably still talking over a little bit of strategy.
And then you're trying to slow this down, and it's right now still match point here. Grand finals, best of 3. This is it. This is at the summit. You have 2 teams fighting to donate the biggest slice of the pie to COVID-19 relief. It's basically 12,000 versus 5,000. Man, you have I mean, no matter what, all of us are walking away with good vibes. As we're taking a look right here, we have this is from the perspective of the Cypher Cam, as we see a lot of the little cheeky wall bang that's happened from Sage, just trying to like get feats right there. But the attacking teams is set up at B long. There is one in hookah, so there's not a lot of defenders on the site, and it looks like Brimstone is just using his abilities to kind of like slow down the rotation from the defenders at A site. And this is what's happening now. It's only 2 defenders going up against 3. Out goes Rolling Thunder from the backside, and a nice opportunity to get this point match easy. And that's what I like about Breach. He's just a bully. He could bully from far away. Down goes Stanny, going down to the other Brack Cypher, and the only opportunity this is going to get done, and the orbital strike goes out to try to help out from afar, is that a miracle has to happen from Hookah, but I don't think it's going to happen there, Jacob.
Yep. Talk about that angle from Hookah. He's slowly but surely making his way into a position to try and get an angle. A little bit of a pinch going on as well, so they can do it if they're able to get some shots, but Lex gets taken out in Hookah. 5v2, 5v1 as Brack takes out Grego all by his lonesome. You got to take the Sova to easily try and save as much of what he has.
There's nothing to save. It's over.
He's holding the hallway. Yeah, okay, yeah, I didn't even see the score there for a moment. Trying to cheeky angle peek anybody going to the hallway, I guess. He knew it was miracle needed to happen, and map number 1's going over to Team Nothing, Team Sony E there, and it's kind of what we expected. You saw now on on Omen. Before, Brax was the one using Cypher. Now AZK is actually using Cypher. So the versatility coming out from a lot of these players is insane, showing that it doesn't really matter what map it is. I can use almost any agent. It's just how I'm feeling it, what position I'm playing as well. So that could be another reason why they're comfortable using Omen, using Cypher on different people, because you look at the other hand, Skadoodle's going to go ahead and stick to what he knows. Hiko's going to go ahead and stick to what he knows, as long with nothing as well. So we got 3 of the same champions. Even though Cypher's the same champion, he's being used by AZK this time around, and they bring in Omen, so it's separating a difference in composition on side of Team Nothing.
As did you see that where that camera was set for Cypher? It was like tucked in the corner. Someone in the chat isn't just Sony or Sony E. I don't know. Hey, I typed in Sony E pronunciation, and that's what it gave me. That's what it gave me. Regardless, his team is right now down 0-1 against Team Nothing, and at this moment right now, Team Nothing is attacking on Haven. So it's up to it's a defense right now. So defense is happening. We have Team Nothing playing defender here. Again, the higher seed gets to pick where they start off, and Team Nothing choosing to be defender, as Scott does get BCJ at mid. Hiko kind of moving himself around here. And bang. Actually,
you got it right the first time. You had it right the first time.
You see me?
But this is the first time we're actually seeing it the other time around. Normally, time and time again, because you said it right there that you were right about that. The higher seeded team picks map number 1. In a best of 1, obviously, there's only one map. Since this is now a best of 3, the lower seeded team gets to pick in map number 2. So this, like I said, this is gonna be the first time Team Nothing starts off on attack. Time and time again, as the higher seeded team, they get to choose to play defensively, get to let the other team use all their strategies and develop and see exactly what they're gonna throw. This time around, they are the ones having to throw out all their offensive strategies and things like that, and give everything in their hand over to Team Sony E. That way, when Team Sony E is on offense, they can make their audibles and adjustments depending on what they see here.
You got to get everybody getting used to the observation client right now. Just taking a look right there. Team Sony E on defense as Team Nothing is making an aggressive push. We got this nice little crow's nest look down below. You're just seeing how close and tight it is at B site. And it looks like Team Nothing gets right in there. And this is what Team Sony was doing against the other in the semifinals against Jake and Bake right there. Jake and Bake. They were able just to push right into B site and just throw it down. And with Breach and with Sage and all these kind of awesome agents, they're able just to not let anybody get close. And it looks like Sony out there all by himself, gonna just sit there and just wait. And maybe not give the other team credits, but I just feel like the momentum from the previous match as he went out there with it looks like it was BCJ actually. They made the switch. BCJ with the Sage shorty play, doing all he can just to get his team a couple of monies.
And I talked about Team Nothing and their composition. We got the Sage, we got the same Breach. This time Jet makes an appearance, followed by the same Sova and that Cypher. So Jet, once again, on this map, seems to be a nice pick from a lot of people, as you see Scott kind of juggling over a weapon to one of his teammates, saying, hey, I bought this for you, take it. Take it now. Merry Christmas, as now the round is going to start. 2-0 lead for Team Nothing early on as attackers. They get what I would think is kind of their preferred side when it comes to how they're executing a lot of their strategies. If this isn't their preferred side, maybe they need to go back to the drawing board and rethink about which side is their preferred, because they are so dominant as the attackers.
Yeah, well, as soon as they get one condition, just like usual, Brax now going through it. This is exactly how it played out. They're gonna, I think that, I don't know, calling the annexation of Puerto Rico play where Brax just goes ahead and planks right over while the rest of the team goes down A long and a couple goes down A short. Brax does get a pick. Now he's gonna look for Cypher, and Cypher's hanging on C long. So this is what happens. Brax just gets the person at B site, then he hunts down Cypher. So there's not gonna be no ability to rotate over. But at A site, all the defenders just squash out the entire attacker side except for Cypher at A short. So now the advantage goes to Team Sony right now, hanging out at A site, looking around, and Brax is over here. Now we're on board with Brax, as you saw there. He's hunting for Cypher. Still credits on the line here, Jacob, but we're seeing like you're going to see this play over and over again every time they go against A site. Yep.
You see, talk about Brax hunting down Cypher, that play over towards A site right now. It does look like it's kind of locked down, but as I say, that AZK, as that Cypher gets the angle, gets the kill, taking out Stanny, who's also playing as a Cypher. But there it goes, BCJ with a quick kill, taking out AZK, leaving all by his lonesome. Brax, Paranoia is going to come out, possibly start cover waiting as well.
He already chunked it out, and it's Omen versus Sage, and BCJ gets the 4-piece round right there. And it's a 1-2. Again, this is best out of 3 grand finals. Team Nothing already getting the first opening match on Bind. So it's up to Sony to slow this down, to send this into a third and final match. Regardless, Charity is going to be the true winner here. COVID-19 relief charities are going to be getting $20,000 total from all our competitors. The top 4 get donations in their name. First place is going to do a $12,000 donation. Second place is going to be $5,000. So regardless, these competitors have to feel good. If you like to see the perspectives, go to boom.tv/code green, click on the links of all our competitors and drop them a follow, maybe a sub, maybe a Twitch Prime, whatever you feel is good. As we're seeing Nothing here, Team Nothing on the attacking side. He does get a nice dark cover from his Omen buddy Brax, and now he's hanging out in the cubby hole. He's going to see, he's going to see what's going to happen, because now it looks like it's going to be a C push. I think they're going to try to get a pick on Cypher, and no one's an A short for the attackers. It's all up there in the bottom mid for the attackers, hanging out near double doors. Now they're going back over to mid courtyard. A little slow play right here, and the defense is now getting closer. Look at the line of defense. No one's in A site. A short is being covered by Sage, and the double doors is being covered by Brimstone here. And on board here with Lex, looking at the double doors, looking down to mid courtyard. 2 bottom mid. He's going to throw out his Brimstone, just slow him down. To Brimstone almost hits Cypher, and Cypher has to bail. That means that is clear for the attacker side to go down to C long, and here they go. And Cypher's going to have a battle himself. Big time trades are happening right around that box. Cypher gets a big hit right there, and now Sage is hanging out in the corner. I expect the wall bank for Stanny. Whoop! And easy lifted, gets a nice headshot, but wow, that was a big time play. That probably threw him off, as Ska is still up and gets a resurrection. Brax and Skadoodle right now holding it down, and down goes the Spike. What an interesting cheeky play right there from Ska.
Wow, that's 2 quick kills. Grego's trying to make a clutch play. Spike is down, though, and Grego's at less than half HP as the Jet. He gets onto the site. An opportunity there slipped from his hands as AZK quickly strikes, countering a possible 1v3 situation to close out that round. You got to give it to him for Team Nothing as well, as they go up 3-1. They already have a map under their belt. This is a best of 3, so they're on match point here in terms of maps if they want to close it out. But it's going to be up to Team Sony E to force a game number 3 to keep this one going. There's still a ton, and when I say a ton, action left in the game, Sancho, I mean it, because this is only the early portions of game number 2.
I don't know, man. Team Nothing is on a terror right there. That was such a big play from Skadoodle, able to get the wall off, making that player go up a little higher than expected, then gets the resurrection, because that resurrection was the play right there, because Brax was able to get the job done. As you can see, AZK with the cheeky camera spot looking right over on the tree. I'm sure you're out there learning, taking notes if you're a Cypher fan, but that's going to get that A long that they're looking for. They're looking for the wall bang. This double doors is armored, and immediately they bring that down so they can kind of spray through it. There is, I think, a Cypher just hugging that wall, praying for dear life. Maybe they won't get it. The cyber cage does go out, and they're just bullying him right into the corner as Brimstone are hanging out at mid doors and garage, and there, it looks like it's going to be a B site assault, Jacob.
Yep, it does, but that was a free kill for, I do believe, Brax over, not Brax, but Hiko over towards C side of the map.
Another big play.
Brax gets taken out by Sony E, though. Even though Bomb is down, it does look like Sony E has full control over towards B site, but that's because Team Nothing planted it in a certain position to where they can watch it from the entire courtyard. Look at the flank coming out towards the top portion of the map. That is Nothing trying to make a play. He actually gets caught out by Lex. He spots that one coming from a mile away. They're still in a 2v3. They're still at a disadvantage, especially with the Spike down. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it, especially with AZK taking out Sony there to end the round, and that's going to be it as they go and turn and hide. He's trying to go for a full save here, but if I know Team Nothing, they're going to try and hunt him down on the C site. 5 seconds left. AZK and Hiko actually get blown up by the bomb, and that in itself saved the round, or saved the utility for that last remaining member on that side.
So check it out. This is what they're doing. As I'm like closely observing what Team Nothing is doing, they are putting down a barrier orb. So they're planting right in front of the door of B site. Because of that, they're allowed to retreat back into mid courtyard to mid window. But they're putting it down to where the point where the boxes are there as a way to kind of like, it's literally in the most smallest corner you can think of, and to be able to get there, you're gonna have to cross right in front of that door, and when you cross in front of that door, you're gonna get melted. And so what they all do is they kind of just go back and retreat into mid courtyard, and allowing that barrier orb to kind of just destroy A short, destroy the B back of B site, and kind of like funnel everybody through the C connector. And the only way you could get there is through the double doors, and in the double doors there's someone sitting there waiting. So it's such an intelligent way for defense after making the plant for Team Nothing.
I think Brax used his ultimate, got behind enemy lines. That's his second kill on Lex. He got Sony E first. That was a third as Skadoodle and AZK pick up the fourth and the fifth. Brax, I assume it was his ultimate because I have no idea how he got behind enemy lines in the fashion that he did, because I was laughing to myself looking at the minimap saying Jet really ran across the map for a heal from her Sage, but it was Brax getting behind enemy lines, cleaning up 3 members of Team Sony E en route to that win.
I don't understand Team Nothing. I'm trying to do some commentary and break down what you're doing. Maybe someone out there on YouTube who watches Valorant could break down the gameplay a little bit more in depth than I can in the moment notice, but they're immediately getting more points as I'm still mid breaking down here. But as you see, a nice C-long push. Now the pedal is to the metal as they're pushing up aggressively and using the dark cover, able to get Lex right there, Brax, and now it's a quick C plant, and now Team Sony E is struggling, everything is just collapsing, and they're not going to be able to strong C push as Brax is slowed down by the orb, but it doesn't matter. He does have a very strong angle down to B side. He's going to be able to get this quick. Oh, but he's get caught in the animation. Oh my goodness, I've been there before when you're trying to do something clever and you get caught in animations, and that's something to learn from. Even the pros make the same mistakes, but that was a big push. But BCJ using the Sheriff, laying down the law, getting himself 2 eliminations back there at C. Link making his way over to the C site, and there are 2 team members of the Team Sony E back there in C Link, and finally BCJ does go down. ACK getting that job done with the long distance, and no doubt this is going to be another point here for Team Nothing. And now it's up to the poor little poor Sova, which is I think that's Mike there, having to get away, but nope, unable to get away, gets eliminated, and more money going to the strong team of Team Nothing. Their economy is high, baby, all the way up.
Team Sony E has to grasp at something here. Has to win a couple of these rounds here while they're on defense. We talk about how defense is typically the preferred side if you're every other team but Team Nothing here, as they are up 6-1, and the majority of their rounds in this tournament has come from the attacking side, especially when it came to the championship bracket. You see Grego with a little bit of a cheeky angled over towards back B. He did get the lift. He is playing as Jet, one of the few characters that can get up these angles.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's trying to get that pick. He's trying to get that mid. He understands how important it is to get that opening one right there, but caught kind of in the reload. Nothing gets rid of Grego, and down goes the op at B site. And I think this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna see the, as you see with the plant right there, it's gonna come from Sage. If you're looking right at the map, Sage has the map. You're gonna see the wall that's gonna come out very, very shortly. Here it comes. Watch. I like this angle that we have here. Sage is gonna plant right there. You see right below in the middle of your screen. She's gonna throw up her wall right there on this right side. Here it comes at an angle. As soon as she puts it up, you're gonna see it's gonna happen very, very shortly. And then they put the wire traps on the other side. And I think maybe she already used her orb. Yeah, there's a lot of slow down potion. There is her wall. She chooses to use it at the bottom right there to stop all this kind of push.
I know exactly.
There's Cypher's trap slowing down the other side and the connecting, and they're not going to be able to have time to plant here. It's basically a 3-2 attacking, and Ska hiding right there. It's a 2v1, and all Skadoodle has to do is just slow down BCJ. BCJ trying to cover using that own wall to Sage, going for the fake defusal, and just gets clutched out by Ska with a 3-piece. That's a little bit of change in the mix-up right there, but using that wall after plant has been the big play for Skadoodle.
Yep, and saving it as long as you possibly can. You know, when you have 2 Sages matched up against one another in those situations, if you both of your Sages save the wall for post-plant scenarios, you can either wall them off if you're defense to make sure that they can't escape after the plant so they don't get that easy angle over towards B mid, or you use it offensively and block off just like you saw right there, and that's exactly what both of these Sages from both teams are trying to do. Obviously, if you have to use your wall a little bit earlier, you go ahead and throw it out, but once you save it, once you're the last person with the wall, that gives you such a huge advantage how you want to do it. You can realistically take over a game if you use it a little too soon, along with those slow orbs as well.
Yeah, and now they condition the defending team to kind of watch C and B, and here they go doing their A. I'm expecting to see the Omen. Actually, it is Brax at the lead point right here, getting a 2-piece right out the gate, getting a 3-piece. I feel like everybody in Team Nothing at least has a 3 to 4 round in this entire tournament. Every time is one after another, picking up the slack in the frags and looking at the backside. Brax has a clear way all the way in their spawn and is all the way on B side. Lex all by himself. They don't even have the bomb. They just decided to just murk everybody out, and Team Nothing's going to pick up another point in this dominating display of skill, dominating display of tactics. As now it goes, there it goes. Sage is going to go ahead and play at A, and Skadoodle's going to pack the spike, and nothing gets destroyed there, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be another point, because I don't think you're going to go through. You could get through one, but can you get to 2 or 3 CS pros? I don't think so.
His next opposition is going to be Brax. He has his back turned. Finally, doesn't know. Brax is on his left. He has his back kind of turned to him. Brax waits in the corner. He knows he was there because Lex did take out one of his teammates. So another round victory, 8-1. 8-1 is a massive lead for Team Nothing going into the half here. It's going to be 12 rounds before we go into halftime. We've already done 9. We're watching our 10th here.
Yeah, and again, for the people in the chat, if you want to get $10, make sure that you download the Cash App app. Use promo code Twitch TV. Refer your friends to get $5 as well. And for the people using their Cash App, and I could probably say this, I could probably get it tattooed on my face because you're gonna keep doing it. But no, that we are all done with the $10,000. You got to come back next time if you want to do all that. But stick around, because don't you want to see this amazing finish, this amazing skill, learn from the best when it comes to Valorant, this early, we said this before early in the broadcast, Jacob, that the early teams that put down big time shows in the tournaments, they're the ones that they get vaulted up into the, every time they stream as a content creator, as a professional, they get vaulted up the numbers. People want to learn from the best, learn from Team Nothing, because they're doing it right now here at Code Green.
Yep, Brax going down 2 quick dark covers, allowing himself a small passage, but it's not as safe passage as him and AZK do get taken out. Skadoodle 1v4 situation. Grego is going to go ahead and put a stop to that
That's
one.
right.
Disarm finally looked like it's coming out. 8-2 now. But actually, I don't know. Don't think the disarms. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
They're giving it to him. They want to give those extra bit of credits over.
Yeah, absolutely. So the interesting thing, for those of you who never played Valorant, the bullet stun is really high. If you get hit by a bullet, you're not going to be able to out dodge it, and compared to like different games, it feels like you get hit with like a mini stun. So if you get hit, it's your best interest to just do your best to stay calm, cool, and collected, and click heads, because this is only a mouse and keyboard game and on PC. So at the time being, so you're not gonna see any controller players out here. It's all mouse and keyboard. You can see all nothing but aim skill in a lot of games. Since we're kind of flying over everybody, we're taking a look at the entire attacking squad. This is going to be 2 more rounds left in this first half, so they have the ability. Oh, Grego finally gets what he's looking for. Hiko goes down in a blaze of glory, gets hit right in the head with the op, but no doubt Sage is gonna probably get that nice res. And here comes the attack coming right up the mid. They're going to push Grego. Even though you have an op, it's very difficult to defend yourself. And Brimstone knew that. Use the sky smokes and get it right into the site, and it's available. He's going to kind of like set up to cover the other angles. Omen goes to the shadow step, enter the shadows, goes right behind the entire team right here. He's going to go pick off, I think, the A site defender as the plant goes down at B site. So oh my goodness. Nothing gets BCJ at the link. Down they go. So yep, that's a easy defense right there. A site, and you have someone coming down B window very slowly. That's Brimstone, and Brimstone gets taken out by Scott. Scott taking out Lex with the wall bang. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
5v1 now. You got to think this one's all but over right now. You got to think he's going for a save as well. There's 1 round left So he wants to build up as much economy, as much arsenal as he can going into that last round. He's just got to hope he doesn't get hunted down, because that's exactly what Team Nothing is doing right now, and they're doing it so freely. They're watching very few angles. To see Brax just randomly shooting, trying to get a little bit of a wall bang. No one is close enough. I do think maybe AZK has that cipher across the map, but there's not enough time to continue hunting him down. So Team Nothing 9-2 after 11 rounds. One more round into the half. You got to wonder, does Sony E have enough to go ahead and full buy into it? Yes, they do. But
It's
that's going to
interesting,
be
man.
Grego actually go ahead and buys an op. I wonder if he has any shields there on him.
Yeah, you're taking a look at it. Look at that red on the scoreboard. It just means every single time the attacking team has win, despite whatever the other team does, it's all red for them. And that's going to be all green here at Code Green Valorant Invitational presented by Cash App. Green is making this tournament go. The gas is on high for Team Nothing to kind of secure the top donation for COVID-19 charity relief. It's going to be $12,000 so far. I'm not seeing any kind of miracle happening. It's going to take a monstrous, comeback, a monstrosity of decline from Team Nothing and a monstrous comeback from Team Sony E. But the true monster that's happening out there, of course, is COVID-19, and we're going to do our best to fight it. And the $12,000 will help everybody out there in the front lines out there for, health profession, things of that sort. As you see it here, it is still a full 5v5. Unable to get any kind of opening. Team Sony just, I think it's surprising. The only team that gave Team Nothing the biggest problem was Space Lion, and they fell in the group stage. As you see AZK picking up Grego, who had the op for them. And again, knowing that an op is protecting, you could be a little bit aggressive. Knowing that all you have to do is jiggle, peek a little bit, bait out the shot, and you're gonna get caught. You're gonna catch them in the reload. Out comes an orbital strike. And yeah, you see Cypher's camera right there. I would like to see maybe a Cypher camera here to make sure, to help out who's ever covering, to help out Grego. As you see AZK going to use that ultimate ability. Orbital strike goes out, but I think it's all but a wrap here, Jacob.
Yep, I agree with you. Only 8 seconds left. Players trying to get on side. Lex getting killed. AZK going to go ahead and take him out. Bomb actually does go down, though. Team Nothing going to go ahead and prolong this round just a little bit longer. They have a 2v1 situation. Make that a 2v0 as Skadoodle takes out Lex. And there you have it. Going into the half, 10-2. Now we're switching sides. Now you're going to see that score. The side switch. Team Nothing now on defense. Team Sony E now on offense. And if the day has taught me anything, it's if you have any opportunity to score some rounds, it is while Team Nothing is on defense. But the damage has been done. Does Sony E have enough motivation? Do they have enough left in the tank, enough gas, enough stamina, enough endurance left to make a comeback?
I'm not sure. We're going to go ahead and get that switch to happen up the top very, very shortly. But yes, there it is, the switch. Team Nothing is up in a dominating fashion in this grand finals best of 3, already having won underneath the belt. Team Sony E looking for the win here and the run back. And that's what it's going to take to be able to walk away with that big $12,000 donation going to COVID-19 charity. Nothing with an aggressive spot here. I think they're moving up the defensive line, knowing that they have full confidence. They could kind of be a little bit more reckless as the entire team of the attackers are coming down A long. We're going to have some setups here at Heaven and A short a little bit here. As you can see, flying right over, being aggressive here. Now that it's a pistol round, you can kind of get up and close. Down goes that a defender right behind the box set. But ooh, AZK getting a head bop on Stanley right through the smoke. Lex trying to do his best. Hiko getting down. AZK getting one on Lex. And that's before you know it, the attacker is down to 1, and that is Sony E with the able to get that nice long distance ghost hit right there.
He needs plays like that a little more frequently. 40 HP left on Brax, full HP left on Hiko. Up against the Sony E, against Sova. Gotta wonder how much time left on the recon bow.
He kind of just went down. He has about 18 seconds here. I don't think he's going to have time to wait for that recon bow. Out goes their dark cover, and I'm expecting a shadow step possibly. I would like to see a shadow step onto this box that's right then and there, because he's not going to expect that one. I'm not sure if he has any of the shadow step available there for Brax, but Brax is really low. Brax could break Sony out, and then Breach, who's just played by Hiko, could kind of finish him off. So that's what you normally see when someone's low. He does shadow step somewhere, not 100% sure. He could be just tucked behind this box. He actually shadow steps to A long, so now he's holding on a different angle. I think that's what's happening. He's gonna bait him out. He's gonna stand right here and get this bait out for Breach, who is sitting at the spawn, but actually time has expired and a point goes towards the defender side. But that was kind of interesting. That was like a nice little stalemate, and he just harassed Sony a little bit to not be able to at least do anything out of that A short site.
Yep, and since that was the pistol round, I would love to see him at least make an attempt. Doesn't want to give any more credits over does he has to, but realistically, a couple quick headshots, you put yourself in the driver's seat, especially since Brax was down 40 HP or less there at that scenario to end the round. So I want to see them take more high-risk plays to get themselves back into this game, because right now 12 or 11-2 is not where you want to be, and you need to start taking chances, taking the game in your own hands. Brax, AZK are going to do just that. They actually push out while on defense. A huge double kill for AZK. Finally, Lex is going to get a double kill of his own, taking out both Nothing and AZK. Hiko is going to do what he can to keep those numbers in favor of Team Nothing. 3v1 scenario. Jet's going to be the only one left alive. Could easily move down C long way, but without the spike, he's not going to be able to get it down, because he's going to have to circle back eventually and find himself. But he's going to see Skadoodle in front of him in just a moment. Teleportation coming out from Brax. Brax once again finds himself low HP, can easily be on the receiving end of a death if Jet finds himself making a way over to that positioning. And with this being a round lost around Pyre, you got to think there's not much left for Team Sony E to save. So a move should be made rather soon, especially if Brax hears this one coming. He's looking in that direction.
It's interesting. I'm seeing in the chat to say that someone said this tournament was over before it started, but actually Team Nothing was actually challenged in a very, very close match early on in play. Maybe they were, because simply they knew that they're going to move on. They didn't take their opposition seriously in Team Spaceline, but in group play, they were sent almost to the brink. But ever since then, they went over Team Myth. They went over, forgetting the other team, Team Cloaksy. So they were able to work their way through the playoffs in a very, very convincing fashion. But I thought that there was some hope that Team Nothing will get dethroned, but I just think the overall experience and as time goes on and the more they play together is a huge factor going forward. And it'll be interesting to see how we approach different code greens. If you like to give any feedback, please send us on the social media. We're always open to feedback in these future code greens. This is the Valorant Invitational presented by Cash App as we're getting closer and closer to the final moments here. Team Nothing with a 12-2 lead with only 2 agents going against 3. So you can't, I mean, hey, it's never over till it's over, Jacob.
Exactly, but I do like the players that they have alive, both Hiko and Sage, which is played by Skadoodle. So they have the support players. They have a little bit of opportunity here with Hiko. It's just a matter, I wonder how many slow orbs, how many walls they have left. Grego trying to make his way in, but he gets caught out. Hiko is going to go ahead and eliminate him. Spike is actually down on the ground, but Hiko gets taken out by BCJ thanks to that Sage wall with a little bit of a boost. Now Skadoodle takes half damage, gets taken out by BCJ. One round at a time.
He's already dead.
Is what Team Sony E is looking to do.
Yeah, that was I think that was a Phantom there, the AR. I really like that Silence AR. For those who don't know, the AR, the Vandal is usually the choice to pick because it doesn't have that much of a fall-off damage as the Phantom. But most of these weapons, like the ARs and the operators, I haven't seen a Guardian out here. Maybe at the group play stage, I think there was a couple Guardians, but a click to the head and it's over. That's a wrap. And we're very close to that's a wrap for Team Nothing here, trying to secure the top $12,000 donation for COVID-19 relief. And again, if you miss out on the viewer giveaway and you're out there using your cash tag, it is not working right now because the giveaway is complete. Please follow turn notifications, follow Cash App on Twitter, follow them on Instagram. And also, if you feel generous, you could donate 100 your bits and your subs going to Cash App. All those proceeds and profits goes to Gamers Outreach every month. But as you see here, there's it's a slower push, and maybe that's the thing against Team Nothing. Just kind of push at the very last second, make them use all their abilities, and oh my good, Lex just obliterates Brax right there. BCJ gets a pick themselves with the Phantom. Ska is getting some work with the Vandal and picks himself a 2-piece. Hiko gets a work and Ska gets the third. There's one left, and that's Brimstone rocking, and that's the other Brimstone from Nothing using the Sheriff. Gonna try to lay down the law, throwing down fire into the sky. Smokes right there. Nothing picks up a Vandal. It's all but a wrap. 36 seconds here in the closing seconds here of the Code Green Valorant Invitational happening right now. B length is where the last defender, the last attacker, and big time 4-piece from Skadoodle. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys.